Hi, welcome to Project Escarpment. So this is actually an upside down house. So the kitchen and living room are on the second story and all the bedrooms are on the main floor. So the kitchen is my favorite spot in the house. We have this absolutely stunning table, which is from Farrier Home in Barrie. It is an import from England, so it's an antique and it's just so beautiful. I can only imagine the amount of things that have happened on this table. I was joking, we had friends up the other day and I said, I bet somebody had surgery on this table. Maybe someone's given birth on this table. Now it's in the kitchen. So it's an absolutely great spot to gather around, and it doubles as a kitchen island, which is really important in a space this small. And it's very quintessentially British. So to have the kitchen table in the kitchen itself and functioning as the island and the table is really very much the intention behind wanting this here. Because the space is small, I didn't want anything that was permanent. So this table can move. The intention was that it would be able to also sit here and sort of come out this way as well if we had a lot of people over. But really, we've loved it in this space, and it works really well for us. We went with all very small European-sized appliances because, again, the house is small and it is more of a weekend spot. So we have the 24-inch built-in fridge, so that is here. And that works really well because we're not wasting a bunch of food, leaving it up over the weekend or leaving it here when we leave. We've got a wall oven here. That's actually standard size, built-in microwave. And then we have this adorable teeny tiny dishwasher, which is an 18-inch built-in dishwasher, which is perfect because, again, we're not here all the time. So it's just enough for what we need. We have a 24-inch induction stove. I've never had induction before, and this actually works so well. You can boil water super fast. And then we did this really beautiful glass cabinetry. I had to fight my husband on this quite a bit because he didn't want it, but it's really the showstopper in the kitchen. And it's got custom shelving, built-in lighting. And then we have this really beautiful shelf feature on the backsplash. So we opted for quartz in here just because of durability. I am a fan of natural marble, but in here we weren't sure if we were going to lend it out on weekends, and I wanted to make sure it was something easy to take care of. So we went with the handstone marquina for in here, both on the surface and the backsplash, as well as the shelf with integrated lighting. So one little fun feature we did in this house is when we had the stairs redone, we had them build this custom baby gate for us. It helps because we have dogs, so then they don't run downstairs and rush the front door. But also with kids, if they're visiting, it's easy to just shut it and then mom and dad don't have to worry. They can enjoy a glass of wine and dinner without worrying about the little ones falling down the stairs. This room, we just wanted it to feel really cozy and inviting. So we got this extra deep sofa. It's extremely comfortable. And we filled the space with a large table, the ottoman, and then we have a gallery wall going on here, which is one of my favorite things to do, especially around a TV, just so the TV is not the central focus of the wall. So this gallery wall is a collection of vintage art and antiques. So this piece I found at the local antique market. I just loved it because it's actually upholstered, which I think is really cool. So it's got this like green velvet upholstery, and then it's a painting on a mirror, which is concave. It's kind of interesting. The golf club, my husband loves golf. We back onto a golf course here, so that was kind of an homage to that. And then a lot of the art I actually purchased from a local here in Collingwood. And her father used to be a collector, and he was selling a massive amount of his art. So a lot of the art you see is from that collection. So I'm happy to kind of give it a second life. I'm a big horseback rider, so this vintage bit I found in my travels in an antique store, and I've been saving it for like probably 5 or 6 years, and I finally was like, okay, that's going on the gallery wall. So this I found this weekend. I was just, perusing the antique store and I found it. I kind of want to put it on the wall, but right now it's just living here But I thought it was really beautiful and kind of strange. We've got antique skis. Those are a gift from one of my designers when I purchased the place. So those have found a home on the bunk bed rails downstairs as well as here on the wall. And the fireplace was really what sold us on this house. So a wood burner is a big part of how we like to spend our weekends, just sitting around the fire. And this wood burner, there was one here before. We did replace it with a new unit. And then this stone's actually called escarpment. So that was kind of fun that the stone has the same name as the project. So that was all hand done actually by my father. But the fireplace is just such a nice thing to have, especially on those cold winter nights. We get up here, crack open a bottle of wine, put on the fireplace, and it's super cozy and it smells so good and it sounds so good. So that's one of our favorite pieces. We decided to make this front bedroom into our guest room. So this bedroom originally just had a queen size bed in it and a closet. We took all that out and we added a custom bunk bed. So in order to do that, we put extra blocking in the walls and then we attached the bunk bed to the framing. Under the stairs here, we originally just had a closet that went all the way down. So we weren't utilizing all of the space very well. So what we decided to do was create a custom millwork piece that actually slid in under the stairs. So we have shoe storage here. We have 3 drawers. We have a nice little drop zone for keys. And then we have this amazing slide out closet where we can put coats, hats, and mitts and all of our ski gear in there. We had to leave an extra little space for the water heater. So that's all in here. I won't show you because it's kind of ugly. And we did a laundry machine underneath the stairs. So the best part about this reno is the heated floors, especially because it's very wet when you come in with all your ski gear on. So this helps to dry everything out. And it also keeps your toes warm in the winter. In this room, we had one large bathroom and the laundry was actually inside of this space as well. So what we did was split the bathroom in half in order to get 2 bathrooms in this house. So firstly, that increases the house value because now we have 2 bathrooms, but also it allows us to have guests and give them their own space. So this room was really made for our friends with kids. And again, with the bunk beds, we wanted to be able to fit as many people in here as possible. And it is a tiny house. So that was a big one for us. So in here, we added this teeny tiny bathtub because I know when our friends with kids come, they definitely need a bathtub space for them. And we did this kind of little moment with tiles here, which explain kind of our life. So we've got our dogs, the horse, my husband's Dutch, so we did a little windmill there. And then I have British heritage, so we have a little Union Jack up on the tiles there. So that was kind of a fun moment. And then this shower curtain is a fully custom drapery panel, but I just loved the fabric and I needed to put it somewhere. So I thought, why not make this kind of a really pretty fabric shower curtain. This bathroom doesn't get used much in terms of actually bathing, so it's a great spot to have something a little bit, extra. Pocket doors. Contractors hate them, but designers love them. It's a great space saver, and we really needed to save as much space as possible. I think I drew the floor plans for these bathrooms about 16 times before I found something that worked. Another thing we did was wall hung toilets. So the tank's actually inside of the wall, which saves a ton of space, which is how we got these bathrooms to really work. These doors are all custom made. We really wanted something with the V-groove and we couldn't find it on the market. So I had my guys actually make these in our shop and they turned out really great. So this is the primary. In here, we had no closet space. We actually took the one closet it had to create the laundry room. So in here, we really had to maximize millwork in order to be able to get the storage we needed. And because this is a weekend space, we don't have to keep all of our clothes here. So it's a great amount of storage for what we need. So we added this really beautiful kind of wraparound millwork to the bed area. And this has really lovely deep drawers and then actually has this cute little cubby space in here. So at nighttime, you can tuck your phone in here. There's chargers. You can hide your water, your book, and everything's kind of tucked out of the way. And then in here, we've got hanging space, I think I have a pillow stuffed in there right now, but that's kind of what we've got going on. So you can see the hidden spaces behind that. So these are actually extra shallow. So what we did here was we did front to back hanging. So that allows us to have hanging space as well as shelving space. And it's because you can't hang a hanger, normal way in a really shallow closet. So that's a nice little hack for that. So in here, this is the second bathroom that we were able to get in the space. So what we did was, as you can see, we have this teeny tiny vanity. So this is just, I think, 11 inches deep. So we were able to really squeeze that in here. Again, the wall hung toilet saves that space. And then we were able to get this really beautiful shower. So this inspiration came from a trip I did to Paris, and I've had this picture saved in my phone for about 3 years now, and I just couldn't wait to use it. So I was so excited when I had the opportunity to recreate this shower that I found in Paris on vacation. I used real marble jambs here instead of tile edge, which is just another kind of nice feature that we did. And then all of our countertops on the main floor are salvaged from a previous project where we ripped them out. The homeowner wanted a different countertop, so we were able to keep those and then reuse them for this project. I've actually reused them on 3 projects now, so really good use. Another thing that I really love about this house is I've been able to incorporate a lot of beautiful antiques. So this bench here I found, and it's just a stunning piece, and it's nice and small in terms of its width, so it really fits in the space because it is a tiny space. And then this chair, I think I scored on Marketplace for $20, but it's a great spot just to put your bag down and kind of, you're able to do, not have to put everything on the floor.